Hi everyone and welcome to Mr. Awesome Scientist channel. Today we are going to talk about if there's a ninth planet and I'm going to share some very interesting facts about Venus, Mars and Jupiter. Scientists and astronomers have tried to answer this question for a couple of years, especially after 2006 when Pluto was removed from its status as a planet. Interestingly, scientists have recently found that Neptune's gravity is affected by another object. Scientists started finding out if there was a ninth planet. They have come to the conclusion that the object affecting Neptune's gravity could either be a planet or a black hole. If it is a planet, it should be bigger than Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn, but smaller than Jupiter. This planet is supposed to be immensely enormous. But if it was a black hole, it could mean danger for us, as the black hole would suck all matter into it, resulting in a complete extinction of the solar system. But since Neptune still remains unharmed, scientists think that there are only 50% chance of a black hole. NASA has already sent probes to confirm if there is a ninth planet. Now, let's learn some very interesting facts about Venus. Fact 1. A day on Venus is longer than a year. It takes Venus longer to rotate once on its axis than to complete one orbit of the Sun. There's 243 Earth days to rotate once, the longest rotation of any planet in the solar system, and only 224.7 Earth days to complete one orbit of the Sun. Fact 2. Venus is hotter than Mercury despite being further away from the Sun. Its mean temperature is 462 degrees Celsius. This is because of the high concentration of carbon dioxide in Venus's atmosphere, which works to produce an intense greenhouse effect, trapping heat in the atmosphere like a blanket and causing the temperature of the planet to be much higher than its proximity to the Sun. This also means that any human stepping on it will be burned alive. Fact 3. Unlike the other planets in our solar system, Venus spins clockwise on its axis. All other planets spin anti-clockwise on their axis and orbit the Sun in an anti-clockwise direction. Venus also orbits the Sun anti-clockwise, but its unusual axis rotation is due to being upside down. It was knocked off its upright position earlier in its history. Astronomers believe that at some point a colliding celestial body tilted Venus so far off its original position that it is now upside down. The only other planet to spin in a weird direction is Uranus, which spins on its side, probably the result of another collision early on its life. Fact 4. Venus was the first planet to have its motion spotted across the sky as early as the second millennium BC. Because Venus is easy to spot with the naked eye, it is impossible to safely discover the planet. But over the centuries, we have been able to measure Venus's motions, such as the rare transit of Venus, and the planet appears from Earth to cross in front of the Sun. Next, some interesting facts about Mars. Fact 1. Mars is also known as the red planet as well. Is red. This signature color comes from a large amount of a chemical called iron oxide in its rocks and soil. Fact 2. Mars is the second smallest planet in the solar system after Mercury. It is roughly half the size of Earth. Fact 3. Mars is home to the highest mountain in our solar system, a volcano called Olympus Mons. It is 3 times the size of Mount Everest. In 2018, scientists found evidence of a lake under the planet's ice cap. I wonder if there are aliens there. Just kidding. Next about Jupiter. Fact 1. Jupiter is massive. We all know that Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system and is 318 times the size of Earth. It is also 2.5 times heavier than all the planets combined. Wow, Jupiter is so powerful. Fact 2. Jupiter is a faint star. Jupiter does not have nearly enough mass to trigger a fusion reaction in its core. This is how stars generate energy, by fusing hydrogen atoms together under extreme heat and pressure to create helium, releasing light and heat in the process. Fact 3. Jupiter is the fastest spinning planet in the solar system. The planet only takes about 10 hours to complete a full rotation on its axis. And because it is spinning so rapidly, the planet has flattened out the poles a little and is bulging at its equator. Fact 4. The Great Red Spot has been around for a long time. The Great Red Spot on Jupiter is one of its most familiar features. It is a storm that has been raging for hundreds of years. Although it is raging, it has been shrinking during the past years. There's chances they will disappear, but another one could emerge on the planet. That's all for today. Do not forget to subscribe to Mr. Awesome Scientist, and bye.